offices turn back into work commutes, I am here for you. From bridge drive times to interstate speeds to any traffic tie-up, I'll help you find the quickest, easiest way to get around Tampa Bay.
ABC Action Traffic is sponsored by Farah and Farah.
We're highlighting unique communities in Tampa Bay because what's happening in your area is important to us. ABC Action News is heading to Lutz, highlighting local businesses, parks, events, and more around town Friday on ABC Action News.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Let's get your day started. This is ABC Action News, taking action for you.
This morning, we still don't know where Brian Laundrie is, but people across the country have claimed to see him. I'm Larissa Scott, and coming up, we're looking into those claims, plus the latest details the FBI is now investigating.
And changes to school quarantine procedures, why Florida's new Surgeon General is no longer requiring parents to quarantine their kids even if they've been exposed to COVID-19.
And our coverage of Hispanic Heritage Month continues this morning with a live look here behind the scenes of one of Tampa's longest running theater programs. Sean Daly out there, and Dia, they are already on stage performing.
Oh, I know, they're bringing the energy too already.
To almost too much. Hello and good morning, I'm James Tully.
And good morning, I'm Dia O'Reilly. Jason, we're certainly hoping that they'll share whatever they're drinking. It's got to be some strong caffeine out there. When you see the energy, you'll know what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see that. Always brings a lot of energy to the show. Sean's stories, and we've got a good one coming up for you this morning. Good morning, everybody. Starting off with temperatures in the low 80s this morning in Tampa and in St. Pete. A little surge of warmer air off the Gulf. We've got an onshore flow this morning. Temperatures in the 70s ahead of some cooler, well, not really cooler, but drier air coming in. There are some showers along the leading edge of it. Stretching from Hernando County to coast of Pasco County, even a little shower popping up here, maybe near Alt 19 in Pinellas County, right there around Seminole or Dunedin. As we go through the rest of today, temperatures in the 80s, rain chances relatively low as that drier air starts to move in. I'll show you your hourly rain planner coming up. Jason, what are you watching on the roads this morning?
Well, unfortunately, I-275 northbound now at Howard in downtown Tampa. We have a multiple vehicle accident being reported. Tractor trailer on one side of the interstate, and on the other side, it looks like one or two vehicles with emergency vehicles on both sides. So you know what this means. We're likely going to start to see some delays stacking up here in downtown. We're not at the peak of the morning drive, so that is helping a little bit, but we're already starting to see just some slight delays as you're coming in from Kennedy and heading to I-4 almost into the downtown area. Again, that's at Howard Avenue. So we'll watch that accident for you. We're also looking at drive times here on the bridges, and great news. No incidents to report at the bridges, so right now they're looking fine. But again, I-275 at Howard, that one could turn into a bit of a nightmare for some of you this morning, and we'll continue to watch it, and I'll post updates on Twitter at Tampa Bay Traffic as well. Dia.
Thank you so much, Jason. Memorials for Gabby Petito continue to grow around the country. Officials are calling her death a homicide, but they do say that there are still so many unanswered questions, and they want to find the one person who they say can answer them, her fiancé, Brian Laundrie.
And law enforcement officers, they have been all across the country following up on claims that people have seen Brian Laundrie as the search for him continues in Northport, where he was last seen. We have ABC Action News reporter Larissa Scott. She's been in Northport all week for us following this. She's there again live this morning with the latest details. Larissa, the FBI is now investigating and looking into.
Well, people here in Northport say they're ready for answers, including Brian Laundrie's neighbors who've watched law enforcement come and go over the past several days. And the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says it's gotten several calls from people claiming to have seen Brian. At this point, he is not yet in custody. We will, of course, keep you updated with the very latest information on air and on abcactionnews.com. For now, I'm live in Northport this morning. Larissa Scott, ABC Action News.
Larissa, thank you. And Gabby's story has dominated news headlines and mobilized so-called social media detectives. And TikTok videos with the hashtag #FindGabbyPetito gained over 700 million views, many of them sharing theories about possible sightings of her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Unfortunately, the truth is, Gabby is just one of many people who go missing. By December 2020, the FBI had over 89,000 active missing persons cases, and 45% of those cases are minorities. Ahead at 6:30, a closer look at how social media could help solve other missing person cases in the future. To some Tampa Bay news for you. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Rays. They're now heading to the postseason. They closed out their series with the Blue Jays yesterday with a 7-1 win, making the Rays the first American League team to punch their ticket to the postseason. They also have a good shot at the #1 overall seed in the American League. The Rays are in first place by 3 games. Tickets to the Rays postseason games that will go on sale in 1 week next Thursday. It is becoming harder and harder to afford to buy a house in the Tampa Bay area. The price of an average home now costs so much, and the amount you'd have to earn to afford it. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
And also in honor of National Hispanic Heritage Month, we are taking you to the oldest theater with the Hispanic troupe. It's so exciting. It's at the Cuban Club in Tampa. Sean Daly is up early this morning and found somebody who has more energy than he does at this time of morning. Sean?
That's right, dear Riley. We are dancing at 6 a.m. and we're not going to apologize for it. Coming up, I'm going to tell you about a big show that's coming up by the Spanish Lyric Theater. Oh, these people are amazing. Don't miss this.
Goodness, hard to follow that up. Good morning, everybody. We've got a clear sky right now, mostly clear in clear water. A couple of scattered clouds coming in off the Gulf. We're looking out towards the east. No rain here yet, but I am tracking some showers this morning from Hernando, coming up on coastal Pasco County and then just offshore of Pinellas. Everything here sinks to the south as our first little hint of a cool front tries to settle down into central Florida as we go over the next several days. Not going to make it much cooler, but it is going to bring some drier weather with much lower rain coverage today. Only a 20% chance of an afternoon shower or pop-up storm. Those rain chances continue to drop in the 7-day forecast as we head into the weekend. I'll show it to you coming up.
13 minutes after 6 now, a Palm Harbor firefighter is in recovery after undergoing surgery late last night. She was hit by a truck early yesterday morning on US 19 while responding to an accident scene. We're hoping to get some more details from the fire chief on how she's doing later today. Investigators say Lieutenant Ashley White was on scene helping two drivers after a crash at US 19 and Innisbrook Drive. But then a man in a pickup truck rammed into two fire trucks that were blocking the intersection, hitting Lieutenant White as she stood in the street. Investigators say the driver was speeding.
6:14 now. Are you awake yet? If the answer is no, we're about to help you with that. For 60 years, audiences have enjoyed the culture and entertainment provided by Tampa's oldest and original bilingual theater company. And our Sean Daly is live this morning at the Cuban Club, which miraculously is open and rocking, to see what's ahead for the Spanish Lyric Theater. Hello and good morning, Sean.
Good morning, James Tully. You can't mute my energy, James Tully. Come on, you know I got to dance and sing. Yes, very exciting morning here at the Cuban Club in Ybor City. The Spanish Lyric Theater has a big show coming up on October 9th. They're rehearsing this morning. Look at this. I love it. The camera comes on JL and he comes alive. And tell us real quick about our singers right here.
So over there we have Michael and Gigi, and our musical director and playing the piano is Antonio.
Antonio's been working overtime. You've been giving him guff, but he's been working overtime.
Antonio from Peru, Gigi from Peru, Michael Pruitt from Hawaii.
And we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. It's exciting.
Hispanic Heritage Month, October 9th at the Cuban Club, 8 p.m.
And you'll be there signing autographs for everybody?
Absolutely.
I love this guy. All right, guys, we're going to be singing, dancing all morning. Pretty soon we're going to go out there. We're going to bring in a bunch of dancers, too. It's almost too much entertainment, guys, but I'm going to bring it anyway.
Wow. You are definitely bringing the energy. I want to know what kind of coffee they are drinking over there.
It's not coffee.
And for all the folks watching at home,
no coffee.
It is now safe to turn the volume back up on your TV.
Yeah, all right.
You may now do that. It is safe.
My goodness. All right. Good morning, everybody. Then you just take that whole thing, just parade down 7th. Let's just do it to wake everybody up in Ybor. All right. Here's what we're looking at out there this morning. Good morning, everybody. That gets you in the mood for this Thursday, right? Got you excited, get your energy up. Hey, we've got a front moving in. I'm not going to call it a cold front because it's just not going to get much colder, but it will get more comfortable, especially in the mornings. And you'll notice that in the afternoons, you won't be that typical hot, sweaty mess we've been in the last several months. It's going to feel just a tad better. That's where we'll see some heavier downpours and some thunderstorms later this afternoon. Then once the drier air kind of gets in here, we're going to see much lower rain coverage, down to 10 to 20% through the weekend. It's going to be a great one to get out to the water. Jason?
Sounds awesome. And unfortunately not awesome, the traffic, especially if you're in Tampa this morning. I-275 northbound here at Howard and Armenia. We do have a multiple vehicle accident on both shoulders. We have incidents being reported with FDOT and also emergency vehicles out there. So we're already starting to see the delay stack here coming in off of the Howard Franklin. You're roughly going to run into a 5 to 10 minute delay, which isn't bad now. But as you know, heading to 7:30, that's when the commute really starts to get busy with the highest volume out there. So not bad now, but we'll be watching it for you, and I'll continue to post updates on Twitter at Tampa Bay Traffic. If you are heading south, though, I-275, no major issues for you right now in the yellow here from Hillsborough south, but overall not looking too bad here, at least compared to 275 northbound near Howard and Armenia. James, do you?
All right, thank you so much, Jason. 20 minutes after 6 now. Still ahead, more resources for kids who need a little extra help in school. The local county now offering free tutoring online.
And ahead at 6:30, the moment Gabby Petito was reported missing, internet detectives got to work. We're digging into this unique part of the case and how it could impact future missing persons cases.
Here's a look at your Tampa Bay area drive times.
It's not your fault that a hurricane destroyed your roof or a busted pipe ruined your kitchen. When the insurance company denies your claim or sends you a lowball offer, call the property insurance lawyers at Farah & Farah, and we'll fight to get you paid.
We get it. This past year has been hard.
That feeling of uncertainty, not knowing what will happen next.
And it's easy to want to shut everything out.
But good things, important things are happening around us every day.
It's our commitment to tell you those stories so you know.
No matter how bad things might seem, there's always something worth knowing about.
Always something to look forward to.
We're going to get through this soon.
Until then, just know we're here for you.
We're not going anywhere.
It is 6:24 now on this Thursday morning. New data shows that it's becoming much harder for the average family to afford a home here in the Tampa Bay area.
And that's because prices are going up faster than wages. According to property data company Adam Data Solutions' new home affordability report, the median sales price for a house in Hillsborough County is now $310,000, up 22% from just a year ago, outpacing how much wages have increased by. The report says to afford a mortgage, you now need to earn more than $75,000 a year. In the next half hour, driving Tampa Bay forward with an update on a proposed ferry service.
How the new option will get cars off the road and a part of Hillsborough County. And also the haunted houses are coming back at Busch Gardens. Our Sean Daly checked them out, but only in the daylight. A preview of what you can expect at this year's Hallow Scream is coming up. Greg?
That is looking really scary. Good morning, everybody. I'm tracking a couple of showers this morning in Hernando, now coming up on the coast of Pasco County, so 19 might get wet. And some heavier downpours north and west of Eastlake and Tarpon Springs. Those are generally headed towards Pinellas County. Right now, Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, all dry. The kids probably won't need an umbrella at the bus stop in most places, and definitely not for the afternoon as drier air moves in. The difference it'll make as we head into the weekend coming up in the next half hour. Time now is 6:26. Good morning.
ABC Action Traffic is sponsored by Farah & Farah.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Let's get your day started. This is ABC Action News, taking action for you.
Right now at 6:30, a grueling search. The massive manhunt for Gabby Petito's fiancé continues in a nature preserve near Northport. The challenges law enforcement crews will face as the search enters another day.
To get out the word about missing persons cases, it used to be a literal milk carton with someone's picture on it, or flyers in grocery stores or other retail outlets. But social media has such a broader reach.
The power of social media. Now at 6:30, we're going in depth on how the Gabby Petito case could influence future missing persons cases and even solve local cold cases. Good morning, Tampa Bay. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Dee O'Reilly.
And I'm James Tully. Let's get you right over to Greg D with a look at today's forecast. Hey, Greg.
Hey there, James, Dee, and Jason. Good morning, everybody. Watching a front settling into the region this morning, not producing much in the way of shower activity around Pinellas or Hillsborough County this morning. 75 and 275, mainly dry, but I am picking up a little bit of rain just offshore of Pasco County. That's going to move in here in the next several minutes. So if you're traveling between Elfers, Hudson, Newport Richey, over towards Holiday, 19 may be wet in a couple of spots. And there are still some heavier downpours offshore. Those could clip Pinellas County later on this morning. Overall, though, this frontal system is going to act to bring some slightly drier air into the region. That means the afternoon chance of rain drops to only about 20% around Tampa, Clearwater, and St. Pete. Most of the pop-up storms today will be well to the south of I-4. I've got your hour-by-hour dog walking forecast coming up just minutes away. Jason, watching downtown Tampa, what's happening?
Yeah, unfortunately, I-275 northbound at Howard and Armenia, we are seeing delays stacking up here. Of course, volume picking up now coming in off of the Howard Franklin. It's going to take an extra 5 to 8 minutes to get through the city if you do take I-275 northbound over to I-4. So we've got emergency vehicles on the left side with a tractor trailer and emergency vehicles on the right side as well. So both sides are being impacted impacted by this accident that occurred just a little while ago. And like I'd mentioned, while it doesn't show a huge delay right now, as volume increases over the next 30 to 45 minutes, we'll likely start to see some delays, maybe backing up as far west as the Howard Franklin. Now, Greg mentioned a little bit of rain north of I-4, but aside from there, we're not seeing any weather impacts. And an earlier accident we had at I-4 eastbound at Mango has cleared. No issues at that location anymore, and we'll continue to watch it for you over the next half hour.
The search to find Gabby Petito's fiance, Brian Laundrie, is entering yet another day. Northport police and other agencies will be back out at the Carlton Reserve, where his parents say he went hiking last week and then never came back. ABC Action News reporter Chad Mills is in Northport this morning. And Chad, even though this search has been very difficult for crews, officers say they are not discouraged.
That's right. They say they are committed to finding Brian, the only person of interest in Gabby's death, and they will be back out at the reserve this morning trying to do just that. The conditions at the reserve, though, have not made things easy, not by any stretch. There at Carlton Reserve, there's heat and humidity, sure, but there's also thick mud and tough terrain because roughly 75% of that huge park is wetlands. They have used dogs, drones, and ATVs to search for Brian, and yesterday they brought in highly skilled divers from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office to help search some of the underwater spots. At the end of the day, nothing was found, but Joe Fussell with Northport PD says they won't stop.
Thank you, Chad. Meanwhile, if you search Gabby Petito on any social media platform, you're going to find thousands of posts. News outlets around the world shared her pictures and her video, and they covered the search to find her.
And this morning, our in-depth reporter Stasi Olmos takes a look at the role social media played in this case and if it can happen again to find other missing persons.
You know, we play favorites on Fridays, and tomorrow our community tour is rolling into Lutz. I'm going to be there all morning showcasing all the people and places that make Lutz so special. It's an historic landmark that you can't miss in Lutz. I'm sure you've driven by it if you've been to Lutz. The old Lutz School. The school was built in 1927. It has 4 classrooms downstairs and an auditorium upstairs. Back in 1975, a group of people got together to save this landmark and preserve its history. Now it's cared for by a nonprofit. So we're going to tell you a whole lot more about that and also some other great stories tomorrow. I've got 2 Bragg kids, and I'm going to tell you about amazing kids. So much fun that we're going to have tomorrow in Lutz.
I know you're working really hard on those 2 stories. The school's really neat, too. That's back when Greg had to walk 14 miles every morning to school. Remember that?
7
back in the
feet of
days?
snow. You couldn't even see my head out above the snow line. Absolutely, yeah. That was back in the day.
And we played with rocks, too.
I played with rocks and sticks, ate bark for lunch. It was rough, man. Lucky to have teeth these days. Here's what we're looking at out there today. Live look outside over towards Harbor and Davis Islands. We are looking mainly clear. No rain out there. By the way, we need boots on the ground in Lutz. If you've got the lowdown on a favorite business, your favorite place, if you've got a person you want to give a shout out to, make sure you visit my Facebook page. Look at the top. I've got this post pinned to the top. Let me know what makes Lutz such a special community. I'd love some pet photos to share tomorrow morning when we are live in Lutz. Just a few minutes away. Jason?
And here's a live look right now from Action Air 1 over top of downtown Tampa. We have the I-275, I-4 junction here. Great news. While volume is picking up, we're not seeing delays just yet as you approach I-275 along I-4. But once you get over toward Armenia and also Howard, there is an accident there. I'll give you the very latest from Florida Highway Patrol coming up on the other side of the break. Also be posting updates on Twitter at Tampa Bay Traffic. You can get more information there for that morning drive. But right now, the interchange looking pretty good here for your Thursday morning.
We'll take it. Thanks, Jason. Up next, see how a local lemonade stand is raising money in the fight against childhood cancer.
Also, how you can get involved with a very simple donation. Plus this.
Good morning, ladies and ghouls. It is your buddy Sean Daly here. Coming up, I am taking you behind the scenes at Busch Gardens Hallow Scream.
You know what, Sean? It would be better if you had my hairstyle. Better for TV.
Is nice. There we go. Don't miss this one, guys. We're going behind the scenes. Come with me.
ABC Action weather cameras are sponsored by Stadium Toyota. The ABC Action weather dog walking forecast is sponsored by Nulo.
17 minutes till 6. We have an update right now on a quadruple murder in Lakeland.
A grand jury officially filed charges after a man was accused of randomly shooting and killing 4 members of a family earlier this month.
15 minutes till 7 now. This time of year, nobody serves up fun and frights like Busch Gardens.
Oh, they're good at it. The Tampa Parks annual Howl-O-Scream event is back in full force this weekend. Our own Sean Daly, he got a special Behind the Screams tour. Let's take a look.
We're so glad that Sean finally found someone, and you know, she looks like such a nice girl.
I don't know where to go with that one, but I'm just happy for Sean and her. For Howl-O-Scream times, dates, tickets, information, it's all for you this morning on abcactionnews.com.
Exactly.
It'd be really scary homecoming pictures there.
It would be. Oh my gosh, I love Sean.
Oh, what a character. Jason, have you been already?
Yeah, I went opening night, September 10th when they opened it. It was awesome.
There's one man that likes to be scared. That's just right. He's all about it. He is our Busch Gardens expert there. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to hold off on that. I went there once just for the morning show, and it was scary during the daylight. It must be 10 times scarier at night. Some showers offshore this morning. Those are going to continue to sink south, so Pinellas, Pasco County, maybe Hillsborough, eventually Manatee County later on, a downpour or two. Some thunderstorms, especially Highway 70 south later this afternoon as that drier air continues to filter in. Tomorrow morning, no rain out there. Look at the 60s. Inverness, Floral City, Brooksville, maybe central Pasco County. Zephyr Hills down to 70 tomorrow morning. And I think 60s will be widespread each morning starting Saturday or Sunday morning, though the afternoon's still nice and toasty with highs near 90 degrees. Jason?
And we are looking at, unfortunately, those volume delays really beginning to pick up now on I-275 southbound, coming down from the Apex into downtown Tampa. Everybody in the red, so from Beer south, you're adding at about 5 to 8 minutes onto that commute. And of course, that's not terrible, but we need every minute we can get here this time of day, right? And unfortunately, it's not what we're seeing out there. So Action Air 1 right now flying over I-275 at Busch Boulevard. Again, looking south toward downtown, and you can see the brake lights just stacked up on here. So give yourself about 5 to 10 extra minutes for that morning drive if you take I-270 south, I-275 south. And remember, we are looking at that accident still at Howard and Armenia, I-275 northbound in downtown. Some delays possibly backing up toward the Howard Franklin here as we approach 7 o'clock. I'll continue to keep you updated here as we continue on Good Morning Tampa Bay. James.
All right, thank you, Jason. You know, Dia, sometimes hockey players are missing some teeth.
Just a few.
Right. Well, after the break, we're another step closer to the start of the hockey season. Let's just say the players have perfected their smiles and poses for the team picture.
ABC Action weather cameras are sponsored by Advent Health.
Happening today, the annual Hillsborough County Fair kicks off in Dover. General admission is $10, but for opening night tonight, it's $1 admission, and parking is always free. Entertainment includes a high wire act, professional frisbee catching dogs, and a demolition derby. The fair runs for 11 days, ending Sunday, October 3rd. And also starting today, the Tampa Bay Lightning will be on the ice at the TGH Iceplex for the first practice of training camp.
And that practice isn't open to the public, but we have this to show you. We're getting a look at the new team pictures. The Lightning announced their 60-man roster for the training camp, and during Bolt's Media Day, players posed for photos and videos for the upcoming season. The training camp roster features 36 forwards, 18 defensemen, 6 goaltenders, and Dia, a few sets of teeth that are not quite full, but they look good.
Yeah.
Steven Stamkos, the captain there, coming back, of course.
Yeah, when you're missing one, you know, it just makes you look tough.
It's a sense of pride.
Exactly.
Who needs a crown?
Yes.
Forget it.
Exactly.
A lot of clenched lips there, just kind of covering up the grill.
I noticed.
Smiling in hockey?
Yeah. Great to see the Bolts are back on the ice so quickly. Going to be a fun season out there. Good morning, everybody. We're tracking a couple of showers out there. Also, some dropping humidity. Look at this. Oppressive levels of humidity out there this morning. Look what happens by the afternoon. Maybe even something you'll notice, a reduction in that humidity that'll continue into tomorrow. Coming up at 7, I'm talking about how that'll impact weekend rain chances. That's streaming at 7 o'clock today. Partly sunny skies, rain chances at about 20%. Watching downtown Tampa, Jason.
I-275 northbound at Howard and also Armenia. We're really slowing down now as volumes picking up from an accident that was earlier reported. We still have some FDOT vehicles on the side of the road, and it looks like the Rangers are out there too. So hopefully we'll get this cleared up here as we approach the next half hour to 45 minutes. But if you take I-275 northbound through Tampa, you're going to run into a little bit of a backlog here.
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, coming up at 7 o'clock, authorities are back out at Carlton Reserve in Sarasota County searching for Brian Laundrie. He is the only person of interest in the death of Gabby Petito. Ahead at 7, we're going to hear from his neighbors and reports of people claiming to have seen him all across the country.
Good morning. Tampa Bay at 7 is up next on our free 24/7 streaming news channel. Be sure to add ABC Action News to your favorite streaming device for more local news, weather, and traffic.
What is resilient? Resilient is taking on more than you feel capable of. Resilient is standing up for what you believe in. Resilient is asking the right questions and tackling the real issues. You are resilient, Tampa Bay. Whatever comes next, we'll be here.
Breaking news is just one touch away. Download the free ABC Action News app.